आत्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा के भक्ति दान दिलो के धन्य धन्य प्रभु के नित्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो नित्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो भक्ति रावते अविद्या विनाश करके प्रेम भक्ति रावते अविद्या विनाश करके प्रेम भक्ति रावते अविद्या विनाश करके हर करीतो गुरु करुणा सिंधु गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु लोकनाथ तेरा दीवाना लोकनाथ तेरा दीवाना महाप्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पदा छाया महाप्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पदा छाया महाप्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पदा छाया ये बेटा तेरे त्रिभुवाना दिया प्रभु पास पतित पवाना गुरुदेव कोई जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामी नामिने नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्यादि सदारिणे
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, 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 Jaya Gurudeva. 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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol. His Divine Grace of Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami ki jai. Song Devri Song Rajacharya Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Mahaprbhu Paramahamsa Parivritakacharya Tattva Tattva. His Divine Grace of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Brajami Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Tulsi Maharani ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tamavida Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premananda. All glory to Sambal Devotee. All glory to Sambal Devotee. All glory to Sambal Devotee. Glory to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gurani. His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Swami Maharaj ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. No kirtan.
So, we'd like to welcome everybody today to the auspicious occasion of the 68th Vyasa Puja of His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj. So, on behalf of all the devotees, the Melbourne Wallers, we'd like to welcome His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj. And there are many other visiting guests from Canberra, I noticed, Mahaprbhu and family. From Brisbane, Raja Vijay and the rest of the devotees from Brisbane, welcome. Devotees from Fiji, devotees from Bhutan, New Zealand, Nepal, was it?
Yes.
Papua New Guinea. Who's from Papua New Guinea? Okay. Welcome. From Sydney? Sydney. So, welcome to Melbourne. We hope that
Cairns.
Cairns. Cairns. Who's from Cairns? Cairns.
That's there.
Hare Krishna. I hope it's not too cold for you. You need to put a jumper on. So, we're very fortunate to...
India.
I said Vrindavan.
Vrindavan.
Yeah. So we're really happy to host you all, and we're looking forward to a very auspicious celebration today. I'd just like to offer one apology from my wife, Katinta Rupa. She's come down with an attack of vertigo. You've probably never heard of vertigo. Well, vertigo means dizziness. So she can't stand up for long periods of time. And then she faints. And really, when it's very severe, then there's vomiting, nauseousness that comes through. So she'd like to be here today, but she offers her obeisances and apologies to everybody for not being able to be present. And I might have to, midday, I might have to go home and just check to see if it's okay. I'm to speak on the meaning of Vyasa Puja. Is that right? Yes.
You can sit down,
Sit down?
please.
Okay. I like standing up. At least while I'm speaking, and I can move around and... It's okay. I know that these chairs aren't that comfortable. To be honest.
Then sit on the couch.
It's embarrassing for me just to
Hot
be
seat.
here. Yeah, hot seat. Yeah. So, we know that Srila Vyasadeva is a very important personality within our Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. He is understood to be the original spiritual master in the sense that with his transcendental vision after the departure of Lord Krishna, he saw the future. And the future wasn't bright. He could see into the Kali Yuga, and he could see the need to compile the Vedic literature in a written form so that it could be readily accessible to the masses. And so therefore he is called Vedavyasapriya because he split up the Vedas into 4 sections and then distributed that knowledge through his disciples so that it could be passed down generation through generation, and people could get the benefit of the transcendental knowledge that's contained within the Vedas. Mobile phones in flight mode, please. Okay.
I missed.
Not me, but
What did you say?
I said put all mobile phones in flight mode.
It was not quite.
So, Vyasadeva is famous because out of all of the Vedic literature, and of course the Vedic literature, as we were discussing yesterday in the Bhagavatam class, is like a manual that comes with the universe, and it tells us how we can utilize the creation for our best interests. And the Vedas contain a vast array of information and knowledge. There's the Dhanur Veda, the Jyotir Veda, the Ayur Veda, which deal with just basic, management of material life.
Is it live? Yes.
But the essence or the cream of the Vedic literature is that knowledge which teaches us about our spiritual identity. That knowledge is concisely presented in the Bhagavad Gita. It's expanded upon in the graduate study of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And of course for us, postgraduate study, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada has presented the essence or the cream of Vedic literature as it was presented by Srila Vyasadeva. But the most important aspect is that spiritual foundational principles of spiritual practice and spiritual consciousness that Vyasadeva compiled, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam. So those persons who faithfully present that knowledge, Vyasadeva gave that information to his disciples, and those disciples then pass that knowledge down, and we have today our Mahaprbhu or disciplic succession. That system whereby the knowledge that was compiled by Vyasadeva is then delivered through the Guru Parampara, is then faithfully transmitted to the disciple. And Srila Prabhupada teaches us that learning from the spiritual master is as good as directly receiving the instructions from Krishna himself. This is the potency of the Parampara. And so therefore, on the appearance day of those teachers, those acharyas, those saintly persons who present that knowledge of Vyasadeva in that faithful tradition, Prabhupada calls that person a post-peon. Peon means messenger, or we might call it the postman. The spiritual master is faithfully representing Krishna, just like the postman faithfully brings the letters and delivers them without adulteration, without changing anything. He simply presents the message as it is, faithfully delivers it. That person the spiritual master is considered to be as good as Krishna because he faithfully presents the same message that Krishna presents in the Bhagavad Gita and has also expounded upon in the Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literature. So, on the occasion of the Vyasa Puja, we worship the spiritual master as good as God. Not that he is God. Prabhupada said anybody who claims, if the spiritual master claims that he is God, then actually he's the opposite, dog. But rather, the spiritual master is worshipped as the representative of Krishna. Prabhupada gives the example of the viceroy. The viceroy means the representative of the king. In India especially, the king, I think, the king never ever visited India. The British kings, even though they ruled India, the king or the queen of England never ever visited the country. But they would send their viceroy, the vice-regal. And whenever the viceroy visited, then he was treated as if he was as good as the king. So the spiritual master is treated as, and is worshipped as good as Krishna, not because he is Krishna, but because he faithfully presents, faithfully represents, faithfully practices and teaches the message of Krishna as it is originally expounded by Vyasadeva. Srila Prabhupada mentioned in Melbourne, I mentioned this story many times, he said, well, he was questioned, why all of these people paying their obeisances to you, as if you're God. And Prabhupada said, no. I am acting as God's representative. I'm like the tax collector who goes around collecting taxes. He doesn't put the tax money in his own pocket. If he does, then he's in trouble with the king. But rather, I take obeisances, just like the tax collector. I collect obeisances. I don't keep them for myself, but I pass them on to Krishna. So, that person who faithfully represents, especially in our Sampradaya, we have our founder Acharya. Just as Vyasadeva compiled the Vedic literature, Srila Prabhupada compiled Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, to establish the foundational principles of ISKCON, and mercifully, in the mood of Lord Nityananda, distributed that knowledge without discrimination far and wide. When you think about it, what Srila Prabhupada did was unique. He left Sri Vrindavan Dham. He was perfectly situated in Vrindavan, but understanding the mood and mission of the Sampradaya Acharyas, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and the previous Acharyas, Chaitanya Mahaprbhu, Srila Prabhupada understood that spiritual knowledge is meant for distribution. So not only did he establish the literature, but Srila Prabhupada set the example of taking that knowledge and then liberally distributing it far and wide in the mood of Lord Nityananda. So within our, if you like, ISKCON Sampradaya, we also worship and celebrate the Vyasa Puja of Srila Prabhupada, which is coming up in the next few days, but also of Srila Prabhupada's disciples who have also taken up the responsibility, who have followed their spiritual master's lead and example, and who are liberally and faithfully representing and transmitting this transcendental knowledge all over the world. Or even if it's just in their own town and village, we respect that. But certainly we have our Parivrajik Acharyas who are travelling far and wide distributing the knowledge and preaching Krishna consciousness and they're also taking on disciples. There are those who say Srila Prabhupada should be the only Acharya within ISKCON. But there are more than one instances where Srila Prabhupada said we should have hundreds of Acharyas, thousands of Acharyas. Actually, Prabhupada says millions of Acharyas. And so long as those persons are faithfully following in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada, they're teaching the Bhagavad Gita, they're teaching the Srimad Bhagavatam, they're teaching the Chaitanya Charitamrita, they're teaching the Nectar of Devotion. They're putting that knowledge into practice and showing by their example how to become Krishna conscious, then that person or those persons are certainly worshipable because they're directly and faithfully representing Krishna. So it's on an occasion like today that we enthusiastically embrace the worship of our spiritual master or spiritual masters, because in ISKCON we're a plural guru society. But worshipping those spiritual masters under the auspices of, with the blessings of, under the shelter of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. So those devotees who faithfully serve Srila Prabhupada, then they're our lords and masters, and we're their servants. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudeva ki Jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai.
Thank you. Any good for
Srila Gurudeva brought us straight to the worship by milk, followed by yogurt, followed by honey, followed by ghee, followed by sugar water, and followed by warm water. So, may I just request the children to come and singing Jai Gurudev.
Hare
Srivas Thakur, where are you?
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
now invite the children of Bhakta School to just come on the stage and this is a small gift from Vedavyasapriya. Bhakta ki all the children, please receive the pain from Sri Gurudev and a Nami.
Yes, I know.
Making the fast for eating the Nami.
Kids according to the ages. We start from the senior. We have learned today that child is the father of mankind. So they are your father. They are kids. Did you say? Or you are silent? You got another one?
All the children receive the gift?
You were saying it. No. Big down.
Chant a big Hare Bol for the Bhakta School. Hare. Chant a big actually Hare Bol for Jaya Radha Mataji and Yamuna Linga Mataji for Melbourne 68th Vyasa Puja ki.
This is Guru Maharaj's family. So you can see Guru Maharaj sitting in the middle. He was only 7 years old when he explored Brahmin culture in India, or Brahmin tradition. So he gets Upanayana, this is the January we call it. So that's the picture. So that's the father. His father, his family name was Thakur Lal Vyas, but his initiated name was Bhakti Vinod Thakur Das. And that's the Mahaprbhu Mataji and Sarupa Devi Dasi. So on the top is the sister, which is Jyoti Ben. That's Malti Ben, sorry. Malti Ben, and that's Guru Maharaj's cousin, Daksha. And so this is Ba. She was born on 15 March 1927. Both Bhakti Vinod Thakur Das and Sarupa Devi Dasi were initiated in 1986. Brahman initiative they took on 1988. Both were united in Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar on 15 February 2012 and 2002. Now, Guru Maharaj's father and mother both got initiated. They were initiated by they were initiated, but they were under the care of Sri Gurudev, from the first day. So they were initiated by initiation ceremony was
They
there?
were initiated by Kirtananda, and I was the Ritvik. So I had to take over them. That was in 86. These are the, I installed this deity for her to worship. This was probably in 1997. And Vedavyasapriya has taken over the worship of this deity.
Actually, they are present here. They are in Guru Maharaj's room. So those who want to take their darshan, they can come later on and take darshan.
Okay, we now come to the very central and essential portion of the celebration of Sri Vyasa Puja festivity, which will begin with Srila Gurudev offering, making his own offering to Srila Prabhupada. So I would request, Srila Gurudev to read his offering that he has made to Srila Prabhupada in the year 2011.
Namo Vishnupada Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitare. Dearest Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. I offer my false ego at your lotus feet, so you may kick me so hard that it may fall far away and drop, smashed. On this Ramanavami day, in the Srimad Bhagavatam class, which was given by my god brother Nrsimha Maharaj on Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 3rd chapter, 22nd verse, I received a big jolt when he read your purport. There you state that no one can change the order of the Lord, who has manifested reality by his internal potency. Not even Ravan could finish his staircase to heaven, by which he hoped to allow everyone to go there without proper qualification. I always knew that preaching requires some calculated risk. However, such risk must be calculated under full protection of the principles set down by Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, so that the order of the Lord will not be violated. But seeing the failure all around caused by uncalculated risk, also called deviation or transgressing the order of the Lord, I have become very much alarmed. Many examples have started appearing before me, like demons who are envious of the Lord and His devotees, who violate His order and who are smashed. The non-devotee jnanis think themselves liberated, but even if they rise up to the Brahma Jyoti, they ignominiously fall from there because of violating the orders of the Lord and maintaining a dirty intelligence which prevents them from taking shelter of your lotus feet. The Mayavadis are always smashed by their own perverted intelligence, which convinces them to try to become God, an effort which itself constitutes a violation of the law of the order. So, what to speak of the Ritvikvadis, who manufacture grotesque meaning out of the clearly expressed desire of your divine grace? Similarly, a lowly devotee like me, who has so far failed to please you, also feels a chill in my false ego, telling me I must be violating the order of the Lord. Therefore, on this holy appearance day of your divine grace, I humbly pray to you, the representative of Lord Krishna, that you please smash my false ego and lift me up. Your servant Vedavyasapriya Swami. I have felt truly that whatever we may think on our own independent workout in Krishna consciousness, but if it is not blessed by Krishna or the devotees, it will never become successful. Apparently, sometimes we see in our endeavors that there are no seen blessings of the devotees, that we might have some differences over this and that. And we try to urge Lord Shri Krishna that please protect me, but I want to execute this desire. Hopefully that might please you. But Krishna may or may not approve. So where will you go? Then I was checking out another purport of Srila Prabhupada, and the answer was there immediately. As far as a devotee's success in spiritual life is concerned, it depends upon how much did you please the devotees. How much did you please the devotees? You took association of the devotees, and if you fail to please the devotees, you owe something. A terrible penalty is there. We have to pay. Because the principle is, if you say, Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, if you please the spiritual master, you have a parameter to understand the pleasure of the Lord there. Pleasure is there. But at the same time we see, what about the devotees around us? So, a beautiful example is given by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that thinking the Chaitanya Leela is still going on in ISKCON, because it has been inherited by empowered personality, Srila Prabhupada. So it should not be out of any meaning to understand that something is still potentially very powerful going on in ISKCON. Instead of criticizing the apparent situations in ISKCON or dwelling into nitty-gritty differences, we can't make a separatist attitude. It weakens us, individually as well as collectively. So, Srila Prabhupada refers to that part, that understanding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates, that we must cultivate a very firm faith that if they are eternal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then they are not ordinary people. They are not ordinary people. Sankirtan movement cannot be run by ordinary people. That's a fact. Even chanting of Hare Krishna makes one qualified that he is not ordinary person, rather he is specially called out by Lord Krishna for his service. So, when we try to put the geometrical congruency that Krishna Leela, Chaitanya Leela and Srila Prabhupada's Sankirtan movement under their care cannot be ordinary. They are at parallel. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he writes a very good purport on Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistarpai Bechekeva. If we give up the service attitude to devotees, fellow devotees, whom we are associating, then what fruitfulness will be able to get? So the idea is that we have to put up a very comprehensive plan of unification of devotional engagement and all around ISKCON and all around expansions of ISKCON like Bhakti Vriksha. And I must commend Aniruddha Prabhu and Melbourne devotees who are participating. They are one of a kind in the whole world.
They're doing all the work.
So what? Under your guidance. Anyway, we have a great opportunity to serve Lord Krishna together in the spirit of Vaishnava Seva. So, I thank you very much. Krishna bless you. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Please, Prabhu, please offer the words to Guru.
I hope all of you are very good devotees and all we have good association in this Melbourne temple. So please continue and serve Srila Prabhupada. Hare Bol. Vedavyasapriya Maharaj ki.
So, Maharaj, on this very auspicious day of your appearance on behalf of my family and Kanda Yatra, I would like to pray to Lord Nrsimhadev for you to continue this way and rescue and show us the path back to Godhead. And we wish you very well. And thank you once again, Maharaj, for your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I can never repay you that. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you very much.
Oh wow.
So I express my eternal gratitude and pledge that I will try and serve eternally my Guru Maharaj, even though my ability is so limited. Hare Krishna.
We have Lalala Dadaji. She is very, very sincere and senior devotee. The only desire that she has ever expressed that she wants to be a willing servant of her Guru. Thank you very much.
We just hope that whatever we do in our life we dedicate it to him and help him in his mission to spread Srila Prabhupada's mission around the world. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for always being available to us. Hare Krishna.
This is available to you. Have a nice tilak.
So you from Krishna's external energy brought me to Krishna consciousness. I'm greatly indebted to you for this. And I'd also like to take initiation from you.
Good. You should be the youngest child.
I think that Maharaj is an exceptional person. I admire him very, very much for his personal dealings with people. His humble, normal, loving attitude towards his disciples and towards everybody. And this is very endearing quality that I really appreciate from you, Maharaj.
Thanks for being there for our family. May Shri Shri Gaurnita bless you to encourage more fallen souls like me to spread the holy name. Hare Krishna.
we only pray to you and beg to you again and again that you continue to shower us with your potency and mercy and make us befitting instruments in the broadcast of the holy name, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Papa Guru Yatra Ki Keshav Kalimal Hari Radhe Shyam Shyam.
I pray that we can develop the sincere desire of Prahlad Maharaj, whose only desire is to serve his spiritual master, Narad Muni. Hare Krishna.
There, you are my mouthpiece. You broadcast the message through your techniques. Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu ki.
Guru Maharaj, I'd like to pray to Lotus feet to give me the understanding and the ability to learn your mood so that I'd be able to serve the Vaishnavas properly. This is the prayer today, Gurudev. I'm praying that if you could bless me so that I am able to understand your mood and serve the devotees.
Only through your divine association and guidance can we aspire to advance in our devotional lives. Please keep on giving us your shelter of your lotus feet so we may be engaged in Sri Sri Radha Govindji's service forever. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Being a doctor, I cannot go without saying, please look after Maharaj. Maharaj always looks after us, and we as disciples, it is our duty to look after Maharaj. Take care of all his needs, diet, exercise, stress levels. The best conversations Prabhupada had was on japa walks. I know we all want to feed him jalebis and rasgullas, but please take care of him. Maharaj is traveling alone and may be in different places for prasad. We should not burden Maharaj with problems. Small problems can be dealt with our senior God brothers and sisters. We should always greet spiritual masters with good news. Finally, on this important day, we all get together and totally surrender ourselves at your lotus feet, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj, for being so kind and merciful, and we look forward to serving you more in cairns. Hare Krishna, Shyamalaka Mataji and Adikeshwar Prabhu.
No wonder Shyamalaka Mataji and Adikeshwar Prabhu are my parents in Cairns. So I can act brotherly with you, so we will be taken care together. All right.
We are very thankful, and we wish, I would like to just convey the message from Dev Mata Dashi and Khagendra Das and Maya Dashi to Maharaj that tell us wishing for your better health and wish to see him.
He brought special Nepali Pahadi rice, mountain rice, which is diabetic rice.
Hare Krishna.
So I want to pray to Sri Sri Radha Vallabha, Sri Sri Radha Shyamasundar, that they give good health and long life to Gurudev so that we get more and more of his association. And I want to pray to lotus feet of Gurudev that as he was explaining in Srimad Bhagavatam class today, that we get prolonged acceleration for devotional service, and we are able to serve you and Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Srila Gurudev ki! All the Melbourne devotees ki!
Srila Prabhupada ki! Ambaresh Maharaj ki!
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
pray to Radha Shyam Sundar and Sigonika to give you good health and always give us your blessing in your situation. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And also wanted to thank all the Melbourne devotees for organizing a very wonderful Vyasa Puja and host us very well from the outside of Melbourne as well. And all the Melbourne devotees, thank you very much for having us. Hare Krishna.
What I really pray to Guru Maharaj is just please bless us so that we can be strong in Krishna consciousness. And I know so many times because of the close association I might have committed offenses, but he is very merciful, and just pray to him.
To get you married is not an offense. I fulfill the desire of your parents.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And with the mercy of Guru Maharaj, I got married to Krishna Priya.
On your appearance day, Guru Maharaj, I wish and pray for your health. And before saying anything else, I would like to congratulate Melbourne organizers for organizing such a beautiful and well-organized and great Vyasa Puja ceremony. And because of that, I'm able to offer my offerings in front of you, Guru Maharaj. Hey Guru, this offering is a joint offering for a family.
It's not even a year since you mercifully took us both under your shelter, and we are here today to thank you for that.
Our dear Shri, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
હંમેશા મને સાથ આપ્યો છે તે પ્રમાણે મને મારું જે પણ કાંઈ કીધું છે આપણે ઘણું ઘણું ધન્યવાદ.
Vyadavyasappriya Mataji ki jai. She comes from all the way from Pakistan.
We look upon you for a lot of inspiration and motivation. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
I hope they will come back and get initiated by you. I want you to be healthy and live long until they all get initiated. That's my wish.
Krishna bless me.
Shri Gurudev ki Vyasa Puja ki Prabhupada ki.
So we pray to Lord Nrsimha to keep you in good health and continue in your process of completing the mission of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprbhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
I beg and pray their Lordship to give Maharaj very long life and health so that he can accept Devesh as his disciple also. So, thank you very much, Maharaj.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj ki.
Ganeshwar Prabhu ki.
Maharaj, first of all, I would like to thank you for even considering me for the initiation. And also, not only me, my whole family, including my parents, who are under your shelter. They're very, very happy about this.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I really don't have any words actually to express the love and compassion you have given me.
But you have only worked, service attitude, that is good enough. Your actions speak louder than your words.
We'll be offering Pushpanjali with Mangalacharan praise and Vaishnava Pranati. So please repeat after me. Esha Pushpanjali. Esha Pushpanjali. Jai Paramahansa Parivrajak Acharya, His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Swami Maharaj ki
Thank you. Krishna Krishna Himati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Krishna, Krishna Krishna